Welcome to the Neutral Law Observer, your unbiased source for summarizing laws presented in government. We believe in the importance of understanding the laws that shape our society. We never share our opinion, and our goal is to deliver accurate and impartial information to keep you informed. In today's video, we are summarizing Florida House Bill 543, the Florida Public Safety, Constitutional Carry Bill. It was filed on January 30, 2023 and signed into law on April 3, 2023. The bill goes into effect on July 1, 2023 and consists of 43 sections that we will summarize. Let's get started. Section 1 amends statutes related to public defenders and regional councils, allowing investigators to carry concealed weapons and clarifying their authority to serve subpoenas. Section 2 requires sheriffs to assist schools in implementing the Guardian program to prevent active assailant incidents, establishing training and certification requirements for school guardians. Section 3 expands the definition of employee and officer, employee, or agent to include various healthcare providers, public defenders, and others regarding sovereign immunity and civil liability. Section 4 amends Florida Statutes Section 790.001, expanding and clarifying definitions related to firearms and weapons. Section 5 clarifies rules for carrying concealed weapons or firearms, emphasizing the need for a license or meeting specific criteria, with penalties for carrying without a license. Section 6 introduces Florida Statute 790.013, which addresses carrying concealed weapons without a license, requiring individuals to carry valid identification and imposing a $25 fine for noncompliance. The same provisions as license holders apply. Section 7 lets non-residents of Florida with concealed weapons licenses from their home state may carry concealed weapons or firearms in Florida if they meet specific criteria and laws. Section 8 says off-duty law enforcement officers, correctional officers, or correctional probation officers can carry concealed firearms as private citizens without needing a license, and their employing agency is not liable for their firearms use. Section 9 states openly carrying firearms or electric weapons is generally unlawful, but individuals licensed to carry concealed firearms can briefly display them to others, excluding intentionally threatening displays. Section 10 makes amendments on Florida Statute 790.06 to cover concealed weapons or firearms licenses, including defining terms, licensing authority, validity, application process, qualifications, fees, and more, with a focus on uniform standards and self-defense rights. Section 11 is an amendment to Florida Statute 790.0655 where it states that the waiting period for purchasing firearms does not apply to holders of concealed weapons licenses. Section 12 is an amendment to Florida Statute 790.115 where it clarifies regulations for possessing or discharging weapons or firearms at school-sponsored events or on school property, including exceptions and definitions. Section 13 repeals a specific provision in Florida statutes related to firearms or weapons. Section 14 amends Florida Statute 790.25 regarding lawful ownership, possession, and use of firearms, specifying authorized uses for military, law enforcement, and lawful activities. Section 15 amends Florida Statute 790.251, protecting the right to keep and bear arms in vehicles, defining employees and addressing prohibitions on firearms in employment conditions. Section 16 amends Florida Statute 790.31, defining handgun and prohibiting armor-piercing or exploding ammunition and certain shotgun shells. Section 17 amends Florida Statute 943.03, requiring the Department of Law Enforcement to consult with sheriffs on the Guardian program, covering standards, curriculum, evaluation, and equipment. Section 18 introduces Florida Statute 943.6873, mandating written active assailant response policies for all law enforcement agencies, with a model policy provided by the Department of Law Enforcement. Section 19 renumbers and amends Florida Statute 1001.212, establishing the Office of Safe Schools under the Department of Education to handle school safety, threat management, and the development of statewide processes, assessment instruments, and portals. Section 20 grants the State Board of Education the authority to adopt emergency rules for implementing amendments to Florida Statute 1001.212, while permanent rules are developed. Section 21 adds a new subsection, 18, to Florida Statute 1002.42, allowing private schools to partner with law enforcement or security agencies to establish safe school officers at their own expense. Section 22 amends Florida Statute 1003.25, outlining the procedure for transferring and maintaining student records, including reports of behavior patterns, threat assessments, and psychological evaluations, when students transfer between schools. Section 23 amends Florida Statute 1006.07, requiring district school boards to promptly notify parents of threats, unlawful acts, or emergencies at schools, and mandating active assailant training involving school safety personnel, threat assessment teams, faculty, staff, and students. Section 24 grants the State Board of Education emergency rulemaking authority to implement amendments regarding reporting criminal incidents in schools, requiring reporting to law enforcement agencies. Section 25 allows school districts and charter schools to participate in the Guardian Program, appointing qualified individuals as safe school officers. Section 26 establishes the Florida Safe Schools Canine Program, designating partners who donate to law enforcement agencies for firearm detection canines. Section 27 mandates district school boards to adopt a zero-tolerance policy promoting a safe learning environment, while prohibiting the strict application of such policies for minor offenses and ensuring equal treatment for all students. Section 28 updates the definition of destructive devices. Section 29 makes it a felony for trespassers on school property to possess weapons. Section 30 specifies felony degrees for various offenses. Section 31 provides guidelines for sentence point computations. Section 32 requires fingerprinting of minors charged or guilty of certain offenses like assault and firearm possession. Section 33 amends eligibility criteria for expunging criminal records, disqualifying offenses like assault and firearm possession. Section 34 amends criteria for sealing records, listing offenses that prevent qualification. Section 35 mandates fingerprinting of children charged or found guilty of certain offenses, submitting prints for criminal history records. Section 36 adds statutes charter schools must comply with, including public meetings, compensation, and safe school officers. Section 37 allocates $1.5 million for a grant program to train law enforcement in firearm safety. Section 38 authorizes positions and funding for the Office of Safe Schools. Section 39 provides $400,000 for updating school safety training. Sections 40 and 41 allocate funds for a statewide information sharing system and a school environmental safety incident reporting system. Section 42 appropriates $42 million for school security improvements. Section 43 sets the effective date as July 1, 2023, with an exception for one section. And that concludes today's episode of the Neutral Law Observer. Thank you for joining me as we navigated through the complexities of Florida HB 543. If you found this video informative, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more unbiased law summaries. If you have any questions or suggestions for future topics, please leave them in the comments below or reach us at neutrallegalobserver@gmail.com. We love hearing from our viewers. Remember, knowledge is power, and staying informed about the laws that govern us is essential. Until next time, stay neutral and stay informed.